For billions of years, we waited to embrace our full potential. Slowly, we started exploring the world around us. We became organized and skilled. We learned the language of nature. This empowered us to create unbelievable things. With the digital age, our development became exponential. We have become masters of our world. But it comes with a great responsibility. The responsibility lies with those who master technology. With their vision and innovation, they will shape our future. We have made it our mission to find that 1%.
Hello and welcome to this year's Nordic Startup Awards. Dear startup ecosystem friends, thanks for joining. Here we are ready to celebrate and find the very best startups and ecosystem stakeholders in the Nordics, meaning Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland and Iceland. The Nordic winners will afterwards compete at the Global Startup Awards. When COVID-19 hit the world, it was bad news for us, as for many others. We love to host physical events that allow close human interaction. Instead of being bummed out in March, we decided to go all in on this digital experience and also with the Global Startup Awards, where the competition continues into the new year. The world has changed, but the show must go on. So it is with a lot of anticipation that we'll welcome you all to a hopefully equally great event, just online. You'll meet exciting guests, a unicorn creator, an investor fighting for gender equality, and a serial entrepreneur that became a politician, and several more. I'm your host, Louise Reorbit. I'll guide you through the event, and I can't wait to get this award show started. To start the award show on the right note, let me present the first guest of the night. He's our CEO of Global Startup Awards and XO.company. He has developed, conceptualized and run this community-driven platform for the last 9 years together with his co-founder and the team. Welcome, Kim Balle.
Thank you, Louise.
Last year, when the Nordic Startup Awards event took place, it was in Copenhagen in a theater. And you were hanging out in the bar with the host.
Correct.
And I think we should do that again.
That's a great idea.
What is so special about Global Startup Awards that you have spent a whole decade of your life on it?
It also sounds very crazy when you say a decade. But I think it actually is very related to one experience that I had when I was studying at CBS. I was interested in making my own company, but I had no idea about that there was this startup community. One of my friends invited me for what's called a startup weekend, and I remember how that weekend just, it changed my path, and that was what made me go into this startup community game.
Why did it change your path?
Because I realized that there's something powerful around the DNA of people who wants to create things, and I call it a universal unifier. also because now we are global, we have had projects many parts of the world. And one thing that is really clear to me is that when you have this common value of creating things, of innovating things from one thing to something better and wanting to have an impact on the world, then it kind of transcends everything, and you can really connect across culture, color, now even distance. So if you have these core value in common that you find in the startup community, that's something that is very special for me.
So the show this year is very different from the last years because now we are digital, and with crises like the pandemic, often new opportunities come. And so in which way have you taken this opportunity to change the show?
Firstly, I want to say that all founders know that in crisis there are opportunities, but of course the pandemic is not equal how much you can change your business to something that is equivalent to the current situation. But in our case, we're already very much online. The whole competition is online. It's much about getting the word out online. When you have announcing the finalists, when the jury members do their work, it's through our online platform. So it actually forced us to think more serious about the online element of what we do, and that's why we have also initiated a lot of new interesting things that can really connect across the borders.
What role does the Global Startup Awards play for the startups during a pandemic?
I think being a founder is a tough job. It's almost like being a extreme athlete. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of strain on your health, mentally, physically. So it's quite tough to be a founder, and that's the whole core concept of Global Startup Awards also, is that even the most inspiring people that I met doing all these years, they're all human. And all human has one thing in common, that they need recognition. They need people that they respect, clap their back and say, it's okay. And that really matters when you're struggling really hard. It's not the money that drives most founders, it's the passion. And if you get a clap on the shoulder from someone who understands that passion, that means a lot. And
that's why we're here to celebrate.
That's why we're here to celebrate, and that's why it's even more important now, I think.
Thank you so much for coming, Kim.
You're welcome, Lisa.
Before we start handing out prizes, I just want to make sure that everybody understands the competition framework for Global Startup Awards. João Mendes, who will be my guest later on the show, will explain this.
The competition framework consists of the following phases: nominations, where everyone can nominate in one of the categories. From the nominations, the national finalists are selected based on the information provided by the nominee. The national finalists are published online and open for public voting. A jury is ranking all the national finalists to find the regional winner in each category. The public voting has the same weight as the jury member. When the regional winners are announced, as today, they continue to the global level, competing against winners from the other regions.
Right on. Now it's time for our very first category announcement. This category might be one of the most interesting ones. Let me tell you why. As COVID-19 is creating a lot of trouble for most of society, it's particularly tough for new enterprises and small and medium-sized companies. So, in a world filled with obstacles, it's even more important to see new opportunities, to defy the odds and start a company.
We will now present all the 5 finalists from each country. The highest rated from each country will be presented in more details. The winner will be announced after the presentation. Enjoy!
Hello and welcome to Kiev, Ukraine. We are Robotics, covering the best newcomer category of Nordic Startup Awards 2020.
Being a new kid on the block is not always easy. Blue oceans are few, sharks are many. When startups grow their companies, their teams, their products and their markets, they need answers, they need friends quickly. Supportive ecosystems can play an important role in this, and Leotech is proud to be part of this ecosystem and helping out with scaling of tech teams quickly when needed. We are thankful to NSA for bringing us together.
Best newcomer. Denmark. Aident Health. Aident Health's mission is to give every person on Earth access to world-class dental care. They are the creator of AI dental home scans. Sweden. Memo. Memo is a marketplace for personal experiences between celebrities, athletes, actors, comedians, musicians, YouTubers, etc., fans, and businesses. Norway. ClexBio. ClexBio's long-term vision is to provide engineered human blood vessels for clinical transplantation. Finland. Reorbit. Reorbit is developing a new type of microsatellite platform which is highly modular, reconfigurable, and designed to enable in-orbit activities such as servicing, inspection, and assembly. Iceland. Lucinity. Lucinity is an AML software startup that uses its human AI technology to make money good.
We've seen really extraordinary candidates in this category, and we are as excited as you to know the winner. And Jesper.
The winner of Nordic Startup Awards, Best Newcomer category is, and we are waiting for it. No. We are waiting for it. The winner is
Lucidity!
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Lucinity from Iceland. You fully deserve the Best Newcomer Award. We hope it will fuel you to continue the great work that you're doing. And for the rest of us, we are excited to watch you closely for your next big milestone. My next guest in the studio is Mia Vaugna, a former Dragon's Den investor who just launched a new initiative called Nordic Female Founders. Welcome, Mia.
Thank you, Louise.
We're so happy to have you here. And
so nice to be here.
Showing your support to this startup ecosystem.
Yeah, such a great purpose. So great to be here, really.
It must have been quite a big personal decision to take this step away from your family business and starting on your own.
Well, overwhelming, very, very much. Of course, it did take some time, actually years, for me to find out this is what I have to do. And I think the reason I feel like that is that I'm very, I'm a previous lawyer, and I do believe in justice so much. And I really see this as an unjust. So I really felt I had to do something.
And what are you going to do in your startup?
Yeah, what am I going to do? So as I've been before an investor, I still am, and will continue doing that, of course, investing in early startups and helping them grow. And besides from that, we are making a community, especially for women. And some are asking me, why is it a women's community? Yeah. Why not all?
Why not include all the men?
And I always say, well, I like men so much. And I have a lot of great role models that are men. So of course, everybody's welcome. But it is a fact that women are falling behind. And it is a fact that in the Nordic countries and in Denmark, we don't have the development we should have. So we have to give a little extra nudge for the women. And that's what we're trying to do, to put women together and try to identify what are the barriers that we feel and that we experience, and how can we work with that. So that's what we do. We do make some master classes and other issues together, and really want to listen to our members. So this is quite new. And what I want to do long term is making what I call bubbles, small bubble of investments ecosystems, where you get hopefully more women getting together, because then we can do it, then we can get more money, basically more capital, equity. Getting more women together, investing in maybe some startups together. So you make some small units, maybe 10 women investing in 2 to 3 startups, working together to see that evolve. And I think doing that is what I think is a good method to sort of getting growth in this ecosystem and changing the culture.
Only 1% of venture capital invested in 19 went to all female founder teams. It's like 93%.
It's so amazing when you look at the numbers.
Yeah.
And
How do we change that?
well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I'm not alone. And in general, the womenomics, the economics for women are, as we should say, a rising star. A lot of things is happening all over the world.
If some investors are watching this show and thinking, well, I really want to support the women, I want to change this
Right.
culture, what
Yeah.
can they do?
Well, they could write to me through our website, NordicFemaleFounders.dk. It would be so great to reach out to the Nordic countries. Really would love that. But in general, what we really need to do is we need to take action. And we need to take some initiative.
Women take action, or the men, or who's the rest?
All of us. This is a responsibility for all of us. Some have to be more inclusive, and others have to be more, how should I put it, straightforward.
All right. Thank you so
Well,
much
thank you.
for this empowering
It was great to be here.
conversation. We're
Yeah.
so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, let's zoom out to the big wide world and hear from one of the regional winners from last year's Global Startup Awards to learn more about what an impact the award show has on their further growth. First video is from angel investor Paola Bonomo from Italy in the South European startup region.
Hello, Global Startup Awards. My name is Paola Bonomo, and I was the winner in the Investor of the Year category last year for South Europe Startup Awards. I am based in Milano, Italy, and I've been an angel investor for about 12 years. South Europe, from Lisbon to Athens, is becoming an incredibly vibrant startup environment, with many smart investors connected to global hubs all over the world. This is why I was very proud to be chosen as Investor of the Year among so many smart investors. I invest because I believe there are fantastic entrepreneurs in the Italian ecosystems, as well as great companies started by Italians in Berlin, London, San Francisco, and all over the world. And this belief is shared by the over 200 members in Italian Angels for Growth, my angel group, which has been active for several years in Italy and internationally. We look for seed and pre-seed stage opportunities across sector. We focus on Industry 4.0, Fintech, digital, both B2B and B2C, and life sciences and medical devices. When we invest, what we offer startups is not just our capital, but our expertise, our connections, our networks across the globe. We work with startups to bring them to the next step in their journey, whether it is launching a go-to-market plan for a digital product, whether it is going into clinical trials or industrializing a prototype. We're there for the next stage, and we bring them along with us in a successful journey. We believe in startups. We are Italian Angels for Growth.
Lovely that things are going well in your part of the world. Now let's talk about this sexy boy or girl in school, the investors. In the beginning of a startup's life, investors are just like the sexy boy in school. Everybody is keeping a close eye on and talking about him. But later, the tables can turn. The sexy boy may be chasing you, the startups, one day. Joke aside, where would we be without the investors? They are like the entrepreneurs, big risk takers and adventure seekers. Entrepreneurs invest mostly with their time, careers and reputation, while investors put in money at stake. We need both.
The stars of the show tonight are the entrepreneurs. But behind the scenes, a number of teams are working at attracting investor capital to the industry. These are the investors. From Vækstfonden, we have been working for the past 30 years at building an ecosystem, both of entrepreneurs on one side and of investors on the other side. And therefore, we are happy to be able to announce the best investor of the year.
Investor of the Year. Denmark. By Founders. By Founders is an early-stage VC, investing in globally ambitious teams from the Nordics and Baltics. They actively support the next generation of tech entrepreneurs. Sweden. Backing Minds. Backing Minds mindset is all about backing great overlooked entrepreneurs. Norway. Tomorrow Today. Bjarne Melby is the CEO and founder of Tomorrow Today. They invest to solve real problems and look for born global tech startups with ambitious founders. Finland. Icebreaker. Icebreaker invest 150 to 800,000 euros in Finnish, Swedish and Estonian software-driven companies in idea, angel and early seed stages. Iceland. Crawberry Capital. Crawberry Capital invest at seed and early stage in outstanding teams building global businesses around true technology advantages. They back the best from seed to exit.
Thank you very much. Time to find the Investor of the Year 2020. I've worked with a lot of these guys, so I know what it takes. It's exciting. And the winner of the Investor of the Year award is Icebreaker.
Congratulations to the Icebreaker for the Investor of the Year award. It seems that even though it was an extremely close race, that you guys arose to the top. You can be proud of yourselves. Now, let's shift focus to Hungary for a moment. Global Startup Awards co-founder Peter Kovacs is with us to explain how it is to be the friendship officer in a time with COVID-19.
Hello, Nordic Startup Awards. Well, special times require special measurements. You try your very best to equip yourself with things that you can consider to be quality, but then you just end up not using it in a proper way. You keep on having video calls, very nice shirts, but at the same time, walking with a naked feet on your walking pad just to keep up your fitness level. You keep on searching for never seen before innovative solutions, to find ways, entertaining ones, to keep in touch with your friends and to make new ones, just not to make it boring as much as a video call. And eventually, you learn to enjoy it. You learn to enjoy that you can access the whole world from your home. And the only thing that really makes a difference is your internet connection and the quality of your computer. And of course, not talking about your creativity. And honestly, that's something we should all think about. How democratic this situation is, actually. Even if it sounds weird a little bit. We all have, regardless of our location, exactly the same chances to access information, access events, access other people. And however, it's a sad situation that a lot of people are getting sick and unfortunately even dying. But the ones that can take care of themselves and are lucky enough can really make a lot of progress during these special times. So keep up, and I do honestly hope that next time we can still make it in person.
Is that the word, incubator? I forgot the word.
Yes.
I think it's like a house style or something.
It's like the first few months, maybe the first few years of like kind of like a fallback, like a protection.
I have never heard that word before. I have no idea.
Incubator. That's a hard one.
A group of people that's surrounding the new company who has ideas or investing something into the company so it will grow.
Like a boost.
Accelerator is like you
It's a
have
boost.
accelerator in the car also. You know, it makes you go faster.
Like accelerators, like from a car, like or some like it's just acceleration. So how you build up speed to a top speed.
Maybe something to like get the business going or push it forward.
Someone who boosts the business somehow, I guess, financially probably.
Oh, that's the one who pushes things forward, who are like that and are pushing things in the right direction and get some action, right?
Thanks to Peter from Hungary for sharing how he deals with the current challenges. And what a great performance from the Copenhageners on that Vox Pop, huh? Now let's find out who should run with the title of this year's Best Accelerator or Incubator program.
Hi everyone, my name is Camilla Bartoldi and I'm from the Innovation Center of Denmark, in short ICDK. We're here to support all the startups who we know have been through great accelerator and incubator programs in order for them to become successful and sustainable. We are hoping for them to become global startups. This is why we've chosen to support an award for Best Incubator and Accelerator Program to acknowledge all the people who are supporting the startups in their journey.
Best Accelerator Incubator, Denmark. Accelerates. Accelerates provide equity-free one-on-one training, support and world-class network. We've already helped 800 plus startups to get ahead of their competitors. Sweden. Sting. Sting is the leading ecosystem for tech startups in the Nordics. They are an independent, founder-centric player that always acts based on what's the best for your startup. Norway. Catapult Accelerator. Catapult Accelerator aims to fast-track solutions to global problems within both environmental and societal domains. Finland. KUS. KUS is Finland's #1 startup accelerator that helps early-stage startups by top-level support, including connections to investors, software tools, and coaching. Iceland. Startup Supernova. Startup Supernova is passionate about accelerating new businesses for high growth and building international connections with key industry influencers.
Wow, what is this? Let's see who the winner of Best Accelerator and Incubator is. And the award goes to Sting from Sweden.
Wow, we're so honored to win this prize. Thank you all for voting for us, and thank you, Nordic Startup Awards, for putting a spotlight on this fantastic ecosystem and all the incredible people in it.
And since the start in 2002, we have coached more than 300 companies, and we believe we make a real difference by helping accelerate new promising startups.
Wow, that's just awesome. What a terrific field of nominees, but you came on top as the overall winner. Well done. In this award show, we are celebrating the successful startups and the heroes in the startup ecosystem. But as you know, there is one big challenge that is hitting all heroes and small businesses at the moment, the COVID-19 pandemic. For some, it's been catastrophic, yet for others, the crisis presents significant opportunities. To get a grasp from a more analytical point of view of this uncertain future the pandemic causes, we have invited Ulrik Harald Bie, an economic editor at the Danish morning daily newspaper, Berlingske. Welcome, Ulrik.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much for coming. How has the economy changed in the startup ecosystem in the Nordics?
I think that this has been a pretty crazy year for everybody. And I think some projects have been thrown off course. and some have thrived. I think what we definitely have seen this year is that digitalization has been big everywhere. It's also been quite obvious that some countries, not in the Nordic region, but some countries are far behind in rolling out workable infrastructure. But that also that digital solutions and in the corporate world probably was not as advanced as we thought going into the year. So that I think is the most important area that has been growing. And I also think that's the most important moving out of the Corona period. I do think that's what we will take with us, how important this is. We also see in households that investments in digitalization, then having the flexibility to, for those of us who can, to work from home or from elsewhere, that is one of the big things we're taking with us. So I think that is what probably has been the most significant, say, thrust going forward, also because it was part of a mega trend already. That digitalization was one of the big themes of this decade, but now we got a big push very early on.
It is like a living laboratory of social change that we have now. Which habits do you think will stick around?
That's a very, very good question. And you're absolutely right. As an economist, this has been a live survey with 7 billion participants, unwilling participants, but they're all there. And it's a very, very good question. I do think the flexibility, the ability to work from home from time to time is going to change, but not so much in the Nordic region. Our workplace laws are quite strict. So if you have forced to work from home, you need a desk, you need a workstation that actually fulfills.
Haven't we all installed that by now?
Well, are you going to have that permanently in your living room?
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not. And in Anglo-Saxon world is very different. And we see it especially in the rest of the world, that what people are doing is buying homes outside the big cities. And I think a city like London is going to be absolutely horrifically hurt by this because people don't come into work, which means they don't buy sandwiches for lunch. They don't go to the pub in the city. So places like that, places like New York, some of the big cities, although in Southern Europe, I think are going to see a huge change in the way the cities work because we're going to move out. But not so much in the Nordic region because we actually have quite a lot of space. When we live in the big cities, we don't live with 3 roommates until we get married, and then we live with other roommates, kind of way. So you do have more space, you have more greenery, you have more clean open spaces, which also means the city is not as scary as it is if you live in London or New York, where conditions for most people are not that great.
Thank you so much, Ulrik, for coming. It
You're
was a
welcome.
pleasure. A big thank you to Ulrik Harald Bie for sharing his opinions. That was very interesting. Now, let's see a short greeting from another startup region. Who do we have with us this time around? Well, I believe it's For Farming from Euro-Asia.
Hi, this is Berk from For Farming. We are the winners of the Startup of the Year award from Eurasian Finals 2019. And it was a great feeling to see the result of our efforts. Receiving such an award was a motivation-boosting milestone for our team, as well as a remarkable achievement for our startup. But we still have a long way ahead of us to reach our vision, to become a global driver of the agricultural transformation. We envision a world in which everybody has access to fresh and healthy food in an ecologically and a financially sustainable manner. To do that, we develop smart solutions for indoor and greenhouse farmers that will increase their harvest yields and resource efficiencies while decreasing the labor requirement of their operations, so that we can help them adopt more sustainable practices. The Global Startup Awards has carried us yet another step forward in this direction by increasing the visibility of our company in global markets, as well as the overall trust in our services. So once again, I would like to thank you all for granting us this opportunity. The world is changing. Join us and let's change it together for the better.
Thanks for the video, you guys. And thanks to all of you for watching this show. I hope you're enjoying it. If you're watching this from the comfort of your home, in your office or the like, feel free to leave a comment in the streaming link to engage with other viewers. You might recognize someone you know from the comment section or connect with someone new from the community. Let's use this platform to make new friends and create business opportunities. Moving on, it's time to announce the very important award for Mother Earth, the best climate impact startup.
Sustainary is a global platform for the green transition. Our goal is to identify and support those who are working towards a greener tomorrow. That's why we are super excited to collaborate with Nordic Startup Awards in co-creating the first category of its kind within the climate. I'm super excited to see who is winning, but also to identify and discover those startups that are actively in the Nordics region are working in this agenda.
Best Climate Impact Startup. Denmark. EcoTree. EcoTree is a simple, groundbreaking way to reward individuals and businesses supporting sustainable forestry in Europe. Sweden. Pantapå. Pantapå is the first scalable solution that rewards recycling of all consumer packaging. Norway. Saga Robotics. Saga Robotics develops robotic solutions that address the growing labor shortage in agriculture and makes farming more sustainable and energy efficient. Finland. Haptic. Haptic produces a unique new haptic material, which is a sustainably sourced wood fiber. Thus, it's a renewable, recyclable, and reusable packaging material. Iceland. Greenvolt. Greenvolt is building the battery materials of tomorrow by applying advanced nanotechnology to energy storage.
Woo! This is exciting. So what to do here? All right, and this one goes here. And now it's time to name the winner. And the winner is Saga Robotics from Norway. Go!
Hey, thank you so much.
Creating Nordic Startup Awards is a bumpy ride. It requires a lot of coordination and communication. To shed some light on how this year's event is different from the other years, you'll now meet a key person from the Nordic Startup Awards team. Please welcome João Mendes. João, welcome to the show, and thank you for your support in this whole event. So you work behind the scenes. Can you tell me a story of what actually happens behind the scenes?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think many people actually think that I'm on the beach drinking a pina colada.
You're not?
I'm not at the beach, no. Not this year, maybe next year, who knows. But we actually have a very thorough process. We have a team of jury experts that go through all the applications and they choose the finalists. So that's how it actually happens. And then we also have our competition team. They are very nice people, and they help a lot our finalists and nominees to go through this huge experience. So, yeah.
How many people are actually trying to be part of the competition?
Well, that's actually a huge number. We had this year more than around 4,000 nominees just applying for this competition.
So it's a hard competition.
It's hard. We had a lot of nominees. So it makes the process even harder to choose which one is the best, because we have so many good competitors that then we need to select the best of the best, and that's complicated. But we get a lot of applications, and that's just something very pleasant to see.
And how do you pick out the best ones?
Well, I'm not at the beach choosing like which one looks better. but it's this team that we have. They all look at applications. They see who is more creative, who is more innovative, or who has a better business idea. We have different topics, and then we finally choose the finalists. Yeah.
And I heard that you got a lot of emails, especially just before deadline.
Yes, that's very true. And actually, I can tell you that sometimes I feel like a professor to those emails, because I have to talk with all the finalists and I have to tell them, hey, you have this deadline and you need to send us this task done. And I can see that one day before, a lot of them just send me emails asking, hey, can I maybe send this to tomorrow? I promise that I will not be late. I'm so sorry. So I see that they really want to participate, that they really like this competition and they want to do their best.
But they're busy people.
But they are busy people, exactly. Yeah. So.
Thank you so much for working hard and not staying at the beach. And thanks for your contribution to the show.
Thank you very much, Louise. Yeah.
Now, let's see a video from one of the regions that we don't hear about that often in the Nordics. The word is yours, Lula from the Southern Africa. What impact has the award show had on you and your startup company?
I'm Velani Mboweni, co-founder and CEO of Lula in Cape Town, South Africa. And we were incredibly fortunate to win the Startup of the Year for Southern Africa and Africa as a region in 2019. This award really impacted me as a person by enabling me to really understand that the work we're doing is incredibly meaningful, not just to myself, not just to my customers, but to society at large. The impact of this award led to us having a lot of coverage, a lot of customer interest in our business, and also led to us having a lot of use cases that we could potentially explore, just because everyone connected with the need for mobility in African cities. The startup community in South Africa, starting from Cape Town through to Johannesburg and other cities across the country, is quite a burgeoning ecosystem. We have a lot of accelerators, investors, resourcing agents, and a lot of other startups that are really working hard to see the future of our continent through technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. It's vibrant, it's active, it is incredibly innovative. The three things that I wish that our community had are the following. I wish there was a lot more diversity representing people from all walks of life. The second thing is I wish we had a lot more seed capital. So whilst there is a lot of avenues for funding, you typically see a lot of capital available from Series A onwards, or in earlier stages when people have a lot of high networks. So it'd be really good to see a lot more seed capital being plugged into the community. The third is, I think there should be a greater sense of embracing failure. We all know entrepreneurship is not an easy task, and many of us risk our life savings, our other opportunities just to become entrepreneurs. And yet when we fail, people make it as if we are, incredibly dumb or incredibly untalented. So I wish there was a strong sense of appreciation for failure.
The Nordic countries are known for its large public healthcare systems. Not only does it play a substantial role for the well-being of the people, it's also efficient and high quality. Yes, you guessed right. The next award is about this topic exactly. Let's see the finalists on this year's Best Health Tech Startup.
At BRI, a non-profit early-stage life science incubator, we are focused on supporting the development of innovative, science-driven new ventures that operates in the field of health tech, bioindustrials, and therapeutics. We are tremendously excited about the potential impact that health tech solutions can bring to patients across the world, and we are encouraged by the development of the health tech field as a whole. Earlier this year, BRI has announced an ambition to commit an allocation of up to 70 million Danish kroner of funding to support health tech new ventures. It gives the BRI great pleasure to be a contributor to the Nordic Startup Award this year, and we look forward to collaborate with the community going forward on a journey to bring more health tech solutions to the market.
Best Health Tech Startup. Denmark. Particle 3D. Particle 3D is founded on proprietary technology to 3D print patient-specific, natural, and degradable bone implants. Sweden. Lucero AB. Lucero is a biotech startup that is creating a single-cell manipulation system to automate and simplify the manipulation of both single cells and cell clusters. Norway. Klex Bio. Klex Bio's long-term vision is to provide engineered human blood vessels for clinical transplantation. Finland. Surgery Vision by Addisanti Oy. Addisanti is a Finnish health tech startup developing extended reality solutions for healthcare service providers. Iceland. Controlant. Controlant aims at decreasing supply chain waste while ensuring product safety and quality by providing end-to-end visibility and insights to stakeholders across the value chain.
Let's see who the winner for the healthcare category is this year. And the winner is 3D Particle from Denmark.
It's comforting to know that also startups on their own initiative without waiting for politics can play a crucial role to ensure that we leave a better planet for the next generations. This is also why it's important that we in the startup ecosystem show our support. And this is what the next category is all about.
Hi, my name is Sigurður Svansson and I'm one of the co-founders of Sahara, a digital agency based in Iceland. We are a proud partner of Global Start Awards this year, representing the People Choice Awards. This year we had really interesting finalists, and we have written down the name of the company that is the winner. All right, it's actually the same name as my favorite singer, and it is Sting from Sweden.
We're so proud to be on the entrepreneur side and work with companies such as Yubico, Karma, Health Integrator, and Renblock that are also finalists in this competition.
And now it's time to celebrate. Thank you all so much for voting for us. Skål!
Congratulations! Our next guest is a visionary founder who is well known not only in the Nordic ecosystem where he's from, but in the entire world. He has created a unicorn. He's co-founder of the game engine Unity Technologies and partner in the investment fund Nordic Makers. A warm welcome to the show, David Helgeson.
Thanks.
We're delighted to have you here. Many people dream of making a unicorn. You actually did it. What's the most important personal skill you have that brought you there?
You know, I have no idea. I think it's been said that like the ideal founder type is relentlessly resourceful, which I think is a really beautiful description.
What do you mean by that?
You know, it's you know, you're always trying to solve problems, right? Like there's nothing but problems, and so you're always looking for solutions, and you're sort of relentless about it. Like you just keep going, and you're sort of, you know, worrying about what's now and worrying about what's next, and just searching for solutions and learning, because yeah, there will literally be like, you know, 1,000 or 10,000 problems.
So when you see a problem, you go for the solution.
Yeah, or like you're just, yeah, sometimes not. I mean, you can't solve all the problems, so you also just kind of ignore some problems, but you're always in problem-solving mode. Yeah. I think that's really important.
What is the greatest sacrifice you've done on your journey?
I don't really feel I did. No? Like it's so fun and sort of beautiful and exciting. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I mean, what else should I have been doing, right?
Well, family, whatever.
I managed to get 2 kids along the way.
You got 2 kids.
Yeah, kind of late though.
There's no sacrifices on a journey like that.
I'm sure there can be.
Yeah, but not for you.
It didn't feel like it, no.
Great. What kind of startups are you looking for? What kind of talents are you looking for in Nordic Makers?
So my passion has become sort of angel investing, and I do that with Nordic Makers. and I do it on my own sometimes. And I'm just looking for those kind of super smart, passionate people that have some kind of weird take on the world.
A weird take.
Yeah, like, I mean, they see something the rest of us don't see.
Yeah.
It's sometimes we think that you're looking for people that are living a little bit in the future, not so much in the future that they're sort of gone, but like a little bit they see something a little before the rest of us see it. Maybe because they have a problem we others don't have, or they've maybe studied some topic, like whether it's quantum physics or just like a type of programming, or maybe they're experts in a particular topic or something, and they're annoyed that the world hasn't kind of made the product for them yet, and they start building that product.
Thank you so much for coming.
Cheers.
Very inspiring talking to you.
Thank you, likewise.
It's now time again to hear what one of last year's winners from one of the Global Startup Awards regions has to say. Take it away, Utrip from Singapore in Southeast Asia. Tell us why you started your company to begin with.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Chu. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Utrip. The reason why I started Utrip has a lot to do with my upbringing. I grew up in a poor neighborhood. My dad was a postman, where my mom is a kindergarten teacher. I remember when I was 5, my dad wanted to start his own small business by borrowing a bank loan. He knocked on the door of every single bank, but got rejected by all of them. So growing up, I have the worldview that a mass market consumer is always underserved by established financial institutions. Southeast Asia as a region and Utrip as a startup being part of the Global Startup Awards network is a tremendous milestone, because now we know we can compete on the world stage with some of the best startups out there. This year, travel has come to a complete stop, but my team has pulled off an amazing pivot towards the cross-border e-commerce use case, be it online shopping, subscription services, and even gaming, showing a 300% year-on-year growth. Therefore, the Startup of the Year title really serves as a strong encouragement and validation to the resilience and dedication of my hardworking team. The startup ecosystem and community across Southeast Asia is still fairly nascent as compared to some of the more developed regions around the world. But this also proves to be a huge opportunity where there's still lots of unresolved consumer pain points across the 600 million people in our markets that are ripe for disruption by ambitious digital startups. I want to thank you again for this award and your support in our journey. With your recognition, we want to provide hope and inspiration to our fellow startups across Southeast Asia, that no matter where we are, we shall aim no less than building a world-class technology company to make our impact in the world.
It's really rewarding to witness how you previous winners have benefited from your participation in the grand finale. Moving on to the next category announcement, which is Best Co-working Space. Let's see the finalists.
Best Co-working Space. Denmark. Copenhagen Fintech. Copenhagen Fintech aim at building a thriving fintech ecosystem by supporting and catalyzing the next era of technology-led corporate and startup innovators. Sweden. Hedge. Hedge provides an ecosystem to increase innovation and growth. Together with established companies, fast-growing tech companies and startups, they create a great mix for knowledge sharing. Norway. Mesh Nationalteatret gather individuals, startups and grow companies with an entrepreneurial mindset who wants to make a positive impact on the future. Finland. Mo are, above all, a co-working space that provide all of its members the best possible conditions for work. Iceland. Mosterio. Mosterio is for startup companies that have already taken their first steps towards success, but still wants to enjoy the benefits of working in proximity with other startups.
And the award for the best co-working space goes to Mesh Nationalteatret from Norway.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for voting for us and for winning the prize. It's great. On behalf of the startup scene here, we will strive to keep on improving and making our hubs better. This prize goes out to all our members. I hope you're all doing good in this crazy time and that we're getting out of Corona soon. So again, thank you so much. Woohoo!
I think it's safe to say that the winner of this year's Best Co-working Space truly deserved the title. They have achieved an incredible result and made a huge impact for their startups. Now that we are up to speed with the award announcements, let's keep up the pace and move straight to the next award, which is the prestigious Founder of the Year.
The Nordic Startup Awards is a prestigious event that's recognised and has been won by some of Goodwill's clients. We find that the Nordic Startup Awards is a great way to stay connected with the Nordic scene, seeing what amazing, impactful companies are coming through from the Nordic region. We want to be a part of this journey and really help these clients scale successfully, particularly into the UK market. And being part of this awards helps us to do so.
Founder of the Year. Denmark. Andreas Kleve. Andreas is the CEO and co-founder at Corti, a fully equipped peer-reviewed digital assistant which analyzes doctor-patient consultations before, during and after they occur. Sweden. Elina Backlund Shavitslu. Elina is the co-founder and CEO of Natural Cycles, which is the first and only digital birth control cleared by the FDA in the US and CE market in Europe as a medical device. Norway. Ament Gasmeno-Horti. Ament is the co-founder and director, product and technology of ClexBio. He's contributed with significant advancements to the field of lab-on-chip technology and tissue engineering. Finland. Perttu Ojansu. Perttu is the CEO and co-founder of Happio. He started in the SaaS industry by building the biggest Google Cloud company in Finland. Iceland. Gudmundur Kristjansson. Gudmundur has extensive experience from the compliance world. He's the founder and CEO of Lucinity, which is an AML software startup that uses the human AI technology to make money good.
It is with great pleasure that Goodwill announces the winner in the category Founder of the Year. This entrant had been making waves even before they got involved in the startup scene. With their revolutionary new app, they've been expanding into the US and the UK. By empowering every woman with the knowledge they need to be in charge of their health, the Nordic Founder of the Year winner is the incredible Elina Backlund Shavitslu from Natural Cycles.
Hi, this is Elina, co-founder of Natural Cycles and CEO. Thank you so much for giving me the award of Founder of the Year. I'm very grateful, especially to my team. This would not happen without my team, and hope you guys are all staying safe out there and be careful with this winter is coming with Corona. Thank you. Bye.
You certainly deserve this prize and the recognition that comes with it. Allow me to present the last guest of tonight's show. He's a man of many titles, a serial entrepreneur, a former member of the popular show Dragon's Den, a former Investor of the Year from Nordic Startup Awards, and currently a member of the Danish Parliament for the Liberal Party, Mr. Tommy Ahlers. Tommy Ahlers, welcome, and thanks for prioritizing the show. We know you're a very busy man. How has the shift from being a startup guy, entrepreneur, going into politics been like?
It's a very, very different world in many ways. But I think it's important to remember one important things, and that might also encourage other entrepreneurs out there to maybe consider going into politics. And that is, most entrepreneurs I know, and most of the people you're talking to with this, award show, are people who they're not driven by, fame. They're not driven by money. They're driven by making a change. No matter what they're doing, in a corner of an industry, in on the world stage of gaming, whatever, change.
That's a similarity. You can make a change.
Yeah, you can make a change, and you're driven by a purpose. So that's actually, and you're working hard, and you're getting a city salary. So there's a lot of similarities between politics and in that way.
What are the differences?
But the differences are in politics. It's a kind of a zero-sum game in a very different way. In the startup world, we're used to if I help you, you help me, and we grow the market together. Or if entrepreneurship becomes more popular, you can get an investor, I can get an investor. In politics, if you're voting for that guy, you cannot vote for me. So I need to convince you both that I'm good and the other guy's bad. That's a zero-sum game, right? And that's one dimension that is very different. And the other dimension is the publicity, right? That you are, because everything I'm doing is affecting, if I'm running a startup, it's affecting 1,000 customers, 20 employees, or whatever, part of the world I'm touching. In politics, when I'm doing things as a minister, or now as member of parliament doing legislation, it's affecting the entire population. And therefore, the media is very interested in what you're doing. And that changed the kind of the room for errors, to navigate and have a free discussion. I try to talk to a journalist and say that maybe in terms of the big tech, we need to consider to legislate at some point. And the next day it was this was while I was a member of the government, so I was a minister. And next day was government is considering slamming down on big tech. And it was just an idea, and and all of that. There's limited room for that, and there's limited room for saying I'm trying this out. Let's see how it goes, right? Because and it's kind of okay, but it's just different.
Which skills can you use from your world, from startup or as an entrepreneur in the political game?
I think my key, key assets when I was an entrepreneur was that I cannot develop myself, and I've been building 3 tech companies, so I need people to follow me, right? To believe in my vision and then work hard for this, and believe me, no matter. I couldn't do the job myself. And that's a bit the same in politics, right? I cannot do the job myself, right? I'm depending on others to make the green transition, to save the planet, but I can, share my ideas and my visions and get people to follow. So that's a way of, kind of leading, right? That's both, in politics and with the other people in politics, but it's also out to you, the people voting for you, the population. So that's definitely one dimension. And then I think the other dimension is the courage to kind of speak up and believe that you can actually accomplish something, that you can make a change. And that's what most entrepreneurs are facing, is that to stand up on the beer case, as you say in Danish, and say I can do this, to your investors or to your future employees or to your customers. That's a bit the same you're doing also as a politician. That people that should vote for you need to believe that you can actually make the change.
You're an active advocate for entrepreneurship. What are your core values that you want to pass on to your children and next generations?
I think it's, I think actually, the part around, taking your responsibility and trying to build something, not only see the world around you as something that's just exists and just happened. It happened because someone else made an effort and took a risk in doing something. Always remember that. That's a very, very important value. Kind of a new way of, something or someone created everything around us, And therefore, if you want to make a better world, you also need to create something.
Great. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Nice being here.
Now let's watch the last regional video from the Global Startup Awards community. From Denmark, we have last year's Startup of the Year winner, Pleo. Maybe you could explain what the Nordic startup ecosystem is like.
So the experience for Pleo of winning the Nordic Startup Awards last year was a lot of fun. There was so much energy in the room with the entire ecosystem in there, and celebrating on the stage with them was just a great confirmation that we are on the right path with what we're doing at Pleo. The Nordic startup ecosystem has really improved over the years. When you look at the universities, there's a lot of students that want to join startups today. When you look at the investor base, there's a lot of investors that have popped up in the market and supporting the business being started in the Nordics. But there's also a lot to improve. I think we can be better at attracting international talent, telling the stories about the Nordic ecosystem and what it means to build a startup here with our lifestyle and our approach to leadership, bringing a lot of talent here to support our businesses. So building a startup is a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a major challenge. And reminding ourselves that we need to celebrate is so important for the success of a journey. And Global Startup Awards is such a great opportunity to do the celebration and look back and really be proud of what you've achieved. And you've helped us with that. You've helped us bring back that story to the team and celebrate together. Thank you for that.
Cheers, you guys. Great to touch base. It's evident that the startup community is alive and kicking in all regions. It's definitely very inspiring to watch and be a part of. Now, dear friends, it's time for the second last prize of the evening. This prize is given to an individual driven by passion for entrepreneurship and ability, as well as willingness to help startups. Let's see who made it as finalist for this year's Ecosystem Hero of the Year.
Ecosystem Hero of the Year. Denmark. Civil Einigkeit. Civil is the founder of a community of fearless women enabling each other to thrive in the tech world. Sweden. Henna Kirenen. Henna has been an active person within the Nordic ecosystem. At Sting, she is leading the strategic partnerships and community, and she's a project manager of Test Drive Climate Action. Norway. Jonas Gattum Svegarden. Jonas has 1.5 decades of experience from the financial industry, now investing and accelerating the best ocean impact companies globally. Finland. Alexandra Santos. Alexandra is the COO of Platform 6, recently opened 4,000 square meter startup house in the heart of Tampere, and co-founder of Stream Startup Festival, a not-for-profit startup event. Iceland. Salome Gudmundsdóttir. Salome has extensive insights into the tech and startup scene, as well as new businesses modeling and development. She's a board member at the Icelandic Chamber of Commerce.
And the winner of the Ecosystem Hero of the Year is... Hello, Superman. What do you have for us? Henna Kirenen from Sweden.
Oh my God, wow, thank you so much. I'm so humbled by this. The Nordic Startup Awards, the entire team there, thank you for once again putting this ecosystem together, bringing all the Nordic countries together and celebrating the fantastic ecosystem and the startups that we have. Thank you also for this fantastic event, even though we're celebrating at home, but you know, you can bring your gala to your home as well. So I'm definitely celebrating here as well. I'm so happy for this. Tusen tack alla. Kiitos paljon. Thank you.
I guess it's now time to hand out the one category we're all waiting for. Let's find out who is the lucky winner of the Startup of the Year. To present this award, we have Annette Nørgaard from Vækstfonden. Annette is a close friend from the startup ecosystem. She's been around since the Nordic Startup Award started back in 2012, always supportive and proactive in helping the startups reach their goals and dreams. So, it's only appropriate that Annette will be announcing tonight's last award, the Best Startup of the Year.
I'm very proud and honored to be here today for this award show and be part of this community which the Nordic Startup Award is. I've been part of this since the very first beginning in 2012, and I've seen the ecosystem growing and become bigger and bigger, and that also makes this competition a bit more complicated actually to win. So you have to be proud of yourself, both the nominees and the finalists and the winners. And not only you will get some awareness, also you will attract, business opportunities. That is not only for the nominees and finalists and also the winners, of course, but also for the entire community, for the Nordic countries. We can proudly showcase what we are, and we can also tell the world how relevant we are and how strong an ecosystem we have, and then attract both talent, investors, and also a great bunch of business opportunities. But let's not drag this any longer. Let's see who the winner is for the Startup of the Year.
Startup of the Year. Denmark. Luna. Luna is a digital bank which makes things easier for more than 150,000 users in the Nordics every day. Sweden. Voi Technology. Voi Technology is Europe's leading micromobility provider. It operates in more than 40 cities in Sweden with 50% market share for scooter licenses in Europe and 80% in the UK. Norway. Saga Robotics. Saga Robotics develops robotic solutions that address the growing labor shortage in agriculture and makes farming more sustainable and energy efficient. Finland. Happio is an intranet enterprise social network and collaboration platform that lets your communication flow seamlessly, making work a happier place for all. Iceland. Lucinity. Lucinity is an AML software startup that uses its human AI technology to make money good.
Whoa, a unicorn. Wonder what that is. And now, let's see what's on the note here. Are you excited? I am. Wow. I'm very proud to announce the Startup of the Year, Voi Technology from Sweden.
Wow, thank you all for the award of Nordic Startup Awards 2020. My name is Douglas. I'm one of the co-founders and COO at Voi Technology. Now, on the behalf of the full team, I want to say we're all very proud for this award. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for a wonderful experience. It's been a pleasure to meet and hear from you innovative and hardworking entrepreneurs. Congratulations to all the nominees and the winners. You are all made of something special. Power to you. Last but not least, thanks to all of you who are with us now watching this show from your screens. I hope you felt entertained. Have a wonderful evening. And for the main stakeholders, see you in a moment at the networking after party in the virtual space in Verbella. Bye.